Hello everyone, and I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals. And for this episode, we will be featuring this giant lizard from down under the LEGO compatible custom Extinct Bricks Originals Megalania. But first of all, I'd like to thank YouTube.com Audio Library for this awesome background music. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe, and also hit that notification button. Just click on the icons below. Thanks everyone! The SSPC contest winners will be announced at the end of the video, but for now, here is how you can join. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and then click on the community link to see all my posts. Hello there, mates! Well, anyways, let's proceed with the making up the Megalania. And as usual, I start with kit bashing, and you can see here parts coming from the old Dimetrodon and then the Raptor itself. And then after some sculpting and also wet sanding, I moved on with primering, and this is how it is resulted to. Of course, after that, I moved on with the base colors. The base colors actually is somehow of a free coloring for me. I used this bluish color on front of the body and also the legs. And then I moved on with a little bit of olive green going towards the tail. I did some color variation from darker to light. Of course, the lighter being the underbelly. I carried through the same concept going towards the latter half of the body. So I painted the lower underbelly with this light ochre color, and this actually moved until the first half of the tail. And then I move on with several details such as the stripes on the tail and also speckling on the top of the body. I do not have a specific pattern on doing the speckling on this particular figure. It is more of a freehand, to be honest. However, the concept actually is to be presented later on when we have a closer look on this figure. The speckles on the hind legs as well as the forearms are actually very similar to that of the speckling in the LEGO Triceratops. And since the first half of the body is actually blue, I wanted to have a different color for the stripes as well. So I used this darker blue color in continuation of the stripes. So I just connect one stripe to the other, so you can see here. After the darker blue stripes has been applied to, I wanted it to have a pop-up color, so I just included this very light yellow color on the darker parts of this figure. I think this is very much similar to most monitor lizards here in the Philippines. I have seen some of them in our local zoos, and I think it is a really good contrast of colors as well with that dark background. And then after that, I move on with several painting of the details such as the insides of the mouth, and also I applied this on the tongue as well. So I wanted it to be very lizardy, if there's such a word. So I wanted it to have a tongue, and so it has the same colors with that of the insides of the mouth. And that's all I have for you for the making of the Megalania. Let's move on with the assembrix. You can do it, and let's vault in. Okay, so this figure actually has 12 parts to it. Okay, so let's start building it. Let's connect the headpiece to the lower jaw. The lower jaw actually has this extra tongue to it, so it looks really weird, although it's very reptilian in my opinion. Okay, so let's connect the extremity parts with their connectors to the body. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts to it. Okay, so once that is done, we can now build on the figure. Let's connect the headpiece to the body. Now let's put on the forearms. So let's have the left one first and then the right. Okay, so now let's put on the hind legs. So let's again start with the left one and then finish it off with the right leg. And then of course the last would be the tail. And that completes our build, the LEGO compatible custom Megalania. Now it's time for us to move on with a closer look. Come on Moira, he's not gonna bite you. It's just a toy. Well, anyways, Moira here, although she's very excited, is beside the Megalania, and you can see here the hugeness of this Megalania, and I'm really liking it. It is actually based off from this photo rendition of an artist, which I do not know the name yet. So, but if you guys do know and stumble about it, please let me know. Moira will split for now, but she'll be back again later for some size comparisons. Okay, so let's move on with examining this figure. You can see the stripes and also the speckling are distributed towards the body, and it has this really cute tongue to it, and when you open them out, you can see here that it's actually attached to the base of the mouth, which is definitely where it should be. The head uses the raptor base, and I took mostly parts of it which suggests being raptor, so it looks very reptilian in my opinion now. So the legs are actually made to stick out from the body, so it is very monitor lizard like, or even a Komodo like in my opinion, and the movement is really good for a reptilian as well. So I might actually do this for some of my future reptiles such as crocodiles, things like that. The legs here, if you may have noticed, is actually from the small Triceratops that I actually just cut and then pasted, or glued into the Lego part here to be the legs of the Megalania, and it actually is very useful when you want to position it in the walking position such as this one. I have seen actually some lizards do this kind of walking in our local zoos, and even in my house we do have several visitors of house lizards somehow, and yeah, it's a good figure. Alright, so let's now go to the size comparisons, and of course Moira here, come on Moira, come near the Megalania, it's okay, is actually the right size for a Megalania. And if we measure this by length per minifigure, we have 1, 2, 3, 3.5 about the length of a minifigure. So if we're going to compare it with this photo, you can see here that it is definitely the same size of that, or the proportion as well with that of the real Megalania. Okay, so let's move the camera a bit wider so that we can include comparisons with other reptiles that I've made so far. So the first among the comparisons that we have would be this Sarcosuchus. Of course, the Sarcosuchus is definitely much larger than the Megalania, and you can see here that it is almost 2 times the length of the Megalania. Alright, so I'm really liking how these two are actually side by side, because these two reptiles are actually my favorite extinct reptiles of all time. So this is the Sarcosuchus opening its mouth wide open like that, and then snap! Wonder if Megalania was inside it, it's definitely going to shatter its bone into pieces. Alright, so let's move on with the next comparison. This is the Titanoboa. So I made the Titanoboa a little over, I think it was October last year, and it was one of the challenges that I actually took on, and I'm really glad that I did that challenge, and I'm glad how it actually turned out to be. So stretching the Titanoboa to its exact length, you can see that it's actually longer than that of the Sarcosuchus, and definitely longer than this Megalania. However, both creatures are actually gigantic in proportion in comparison to a regular human being. So I'm a small guy, so if I come across these creatures, I will definitely run for my life. Okay, so we have the last of my reptiles, we have here the Archelon. I know it's a sea marine creature, but I included it because it's technically a reptile, and we have, of course, turtles here. And yeah, I included it because it's also large. Anyway, so we have here my 4 gigantic reptilian extinct creatures. All 3 comparisons actually has their own videos, the Sarcosuchus, Titanoboa, and Archelon, so please check them out after watching this video. Okay, so let's now do a roll call. We have here Archelon, Titanoboa, Sarcosuchus, and of course Megalania. Yay! The video is about to end, so let's have the last looks on the Megalania. The Megalania actually came from the Greek words mega, meaning big or great, and elino, meaning to wander about, thus having its name the ancient great roamer. It lived in the Pleistocene period around 1.5 to 0.04 million years ago, and is part of the Varanidae family. It would grow up to a length of 23 feet with a weight of 1,940 kilograms, with a height of 4 feet. Moira and Dr. Wu here is very happy visiting the Megalania on its enclosure. It's somehow a desert enclosure and he is really happy sunbathing in it. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I hope you like it as I did. Let's now move on with the announcement of the Guess SPC contest winners. And we have 10 lucky picks, and here they are. Walking with Jurassic, Joseph Del Juarez, Max Maximich, Raquel Cervalos, Italian Glitch, Canal Capivara, Sharon Rosamandap, Ferrichen 520, Sciencesaurus Place, and Alexander Panaglotitis. Congratulations everyone, and now let's move on to our top 10.
Top 10.
Corey Mahapan,
Top
Melbourne
9.
Glorious Parmana,
Top
Your
8.
Local Spinosaurus,
Top 7.
Alan Grant,
Top 6.
Renz Gilguera,
Top
Josh
5.
Flores,
Top 4.
Timothy Karachi,
Top 3.
Parkersaurus,
Top 2.
Andy Omar, and
Top
GCL.
1.
Congratulations everyone! I'll see you on the next Guess SPC contest. Also, our babies Moira and Asher has their own vlog now, The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please watch their videos and subscribe to their channel as well. Thanks for the support everyone! Please also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and here in YouTube. And as we always would say, let your inner dino break roar!